Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James. For the OU girls this week, it is gonna be hate week. That's right. Not one, two games, not one, but two rivals. First, Texas. 12-4 in 2021. Horns down, by the way. Find that Big 12. Then, they will have their second game against in-state rival Oklahoma State, who are 12-5 this year in 2021. We'll preview the first edition of the Red River Rivalry and the second edition of Bedlam and women's hoops. Next, Boomer Sooner 1982. Don't go away!
We beat Texas!
Thanks, Barry. It's always great to hear from the King. Speaking of the King, and you know why he was here, guys. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and break it down. Because that's who we'll play first. We'll play them in Norman. And that's Big Bad Texas. 19-11 overall last season. 11-7 in Big 12 play. Beat our little sisters from the north, Oklahoma State, in women's ball. Final game of the season played in Austin. Texas got them 63-52. No postseason Big 12 women's tournament last season because of the COVID. Their head coach, Vic Schaefer, a 1984 grad from Texas A&M, and is in his first year at Big Texas. So it might be his first year, but he's having a great first year. In 16 games, he's got a 12-14 record, and not one but two players averaging double figures for the Horns. Charlie Kolar and Joanne Allen Taylor. Charlie Kolar, you're first. 20.8 points per ball game, 12.3 boards, and 0.5 assists in 15 of the 16 games. Also playing in 15 of the 16 games, number 11, Kolar, by the way, 35. 11, Joanne Allen Taylor, also played in 15 of the 16 games. Number 11, Joanne Allen Taylor averages 13.3 points per ball game, 3.5 boards, and 2.4 assists per ball game. The Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Dead even 15-15 last season, 6-12 in Big 12 play. As we know, they lost at Texas last game of the season, 63-52. Their head coach, Jim Littell, is 1977 grad from Southwestern Kansas University and is in his century mark, 10th year in charge of Oklahoma State. Helping them keep Oklahoma State on the up and up with a 12-5 record this year. Number 4, Allison Mack, and 12, Jamarie Ashbury. Natasha Mack first averages, she wears number 4 by the way, and she averages 19.0 points per ball game, 11.9 boards, 1.9 assists per ball game in 17 games. Jamie Ashbury also played in all 17 games, averaging 16.6 points per ball game, 2.9 boards, 3.9 assists per ball game. And the Sooners of OU, Oklahoma, 12-18, 5-13 in Big 12 play. Lost their season finale to Texas Tech, 106-94 last season. Their head coach, Sherry Cole, is a 1987 grad from Oklahoma Christian University and is in her 24th year in charge of Boomer and Sooner. 6-7 for the Sooners this year, but in 13 games from 2021, but they have 2 double-figure scorers. Number 25, Maddie Williams. Watch out for Maddie. Maddie Williams, 21.0 points per ball game, 3.7 boards, 2.7 assists per ball game, playing in 10 games this year. 10 of the 13 games. But number 12, Gabby Gregory, playing in all 13 games, averages 16.6 points per ball game, 4.8 boards, 1.9 assists per ball game, as we said, in all 13 games. All right, guys, that'll do it for the women's football team. But back to Barry Switzer real quick. You know he loves football. You know he loves OU football. I do too. And I know you do too, if you're watching. So do this for me. Check this out. On the Patreon app. Just look for, go to the Patreon and look for Inside OU Podcast. Boom! And submit to it. $4 for just the podcast. $5 for kind of a video study of the previous week's game or year's game. Keegan Renault and Brady Trantham do a great job here. They both do the post-game show, but the video is majorly done by Keegan Renault, and he does a great job on the videos, breaking down the video like a coach. Coach Keegan. All right, guys. Remember, that's $4 for just the podcast, $5 if you want the video. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. As far as this video is concerned, I'm done. My name's Harry James. You can catch this on all my other videos on YouTube over since 1982. Also, Facebook. Just look for Harry James Taylor, or on the Twitter machine at HypeManHarry. All right, guys. That'll do it for me. I'm out of here. Boomer.